Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we are going to talk about Dungeons and Dragons and the Dungeons and Dragons Waterdeep Tome Wall campaign. And we're telling the tale of that, collaboratively was told between me, the Dungeon Master, and the Iron Dragon Master. All right, playing player character human bard noble Matt Burns. All right. Okay, so at this point, he has turned away this gnome wizard who needed his help, right? And he returns to trying to get into one of the warehouses that he owns, and this is the one with the scrap metal. So actually, he's a bard, and so he tries to disengage the magical wards that are keeping him out, right? Now he identifies it and realizes that the magical wards will kick out some type of elemental blast on him if he fails. But he makes the roll, and he's actually able to disengage the magical wards, but he also learns how to re-engage them, right? So now he infiltrates into the building itself. It's dark, and he hears this movement. And he finds that there are 3 iron golems that are protecting it, right? So the building he now owns is filled with crafting resources. He owns a warehouse, right? And he now has he has these iron golems. The problem is now he's got to deal with the iron golems. So he goes up to the iron golems, and the iron golem says, "Halt, say the word of safety," right? And so basically, the Iron Golem is saying, hey, the owner set me up. If you say the word, you're accepted as belonging here. If you don't, we're going to attack you. So he says owner as the word. That's not the word. I did give him a 5% chance that would be the word, but he failed that roll. And by the way, the way I do that, the way I handle that in Dungeons and Dragons is I say you need to make a luck roll, right? If they have luck, they'll be able to use their proficiency. If they don't, it's a flat roll. They don't get any. They don't have luck, so that's not giving them any benefit. They're not proficient in a luck roll, and it doesn't align with any of their attributes, so it's a flat roll. So that's the way I handle that in Dungeons and Dragons, right? And they have to, and so if it's a 5% chance, actually I say you need to make a luck roll of 20 or better, right? So they have to roll a natural 20 to make it happen, right? And so he failed that roll, and then at this point he is so now and then the iron golems start to chase him out. And then he just shuts the iron golems in by closing the doors and reactivating the ward, right? So he owns the place, but he literally can't defeat the security of it, right? Now, what's really ironic is he's like, well, I need to get somebody who builds iron golems, right? And I'm like, wizards build iron golems. The guy you literally just sent away and didn't help him, right? Could have helped you with, So one of the things we're seeing now is the iron player is like, hey, I do everything on my own. I don't bring in any help. I don't, ally myself to anyone. All right. I don't know. That doesn't seem highly effective, right? So at this point, he has already sent help away that he already could have used. And the day has passed, right? He spent all this time, kind of figuring this out. So he goes back home, right? Well, on his way home, it gets dark and he gets caught up in some back alleys. And a veteran and a thug attack him, right? And the reason why is there's lots of adventurers running around right now, filled with money in their pockets from looting all these dead elves facilities and homes, and there's a lot of money bouncing around, right? So he gets attacked by a veteran and a thug, and the thug never hits him. The veteran hits him for like 3 points, and then another 6 points. He heals himself and runs, right? And then they smash all of them together, the thug, the veteran, and the human bard noble, Matt Burns, being chased. He said, are there any open taverns? He smashes into this tavern, right? And so he smashes into this tavern, and then three adventurers come to his aid. Right now, actually, it's three adventurers, all from disparate groups, different groups. But the Aarakocra from the literal Aarakocra Ranger with the little dog. So I actually just played him straight and brought the figure out, right? And so that Aarakocra, who I called Shask, aided him, and then they actually stop. And these three adventurers are like, "Are you trying to beat? Did you chase this guy in to steal his money?" And they're like, "What are you going to do about it?" And the three, and so without the human bard noble's help at all, those three adventurers just beat the living beat beat them bad, like beat them to their last hit point and throw them out of the bar, right? Just literally don't even use their swords or anything, just beat the two of them, down and throw them out, right? And then Shask is like, hey, hey, do you need some help getting home, right? And we're going somewhere here, so I want you to go on this journey with me so that when you see the end of this campaign, you know why it happened, right? Like, so Iron Player's like, nah, my human bard noble, I'm good. I'm just gonna roll on home. I don't need your help. Tomorrow I gotta, disengage 3 Iron Golems, but I don't need your help, right? Like, and so just lets an ally go by, doesn't need them, right? I love Dungeons and Dragons so much. Wait till you hear the end of this story, right? So Shask is like, okay, and so he gets home safe. He gets home safe, and and then he takes the night, and then the following morning he returns to the warehouse, takes off the ward, right, and then goes to deal with the Iron Golem. That's where we're going to pick it up next time. Thank you very much for letting me share this campaign field report with you. It's an honor, and you are my friend. I am your pal. I'm trying to get in the habit of saying that at the beginning. Still working on it. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion. When you get in the comments and send your traffic, please consider subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.